do today, we've got our great friend, Dips Mann, with us joining today. I'll say a bit about that in a minute, but Dips, do you want to introduce yourself?
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, I'm Dips. No. I've been a lifelong Leeds United fan, season ticket holder, home and away for what will be my 10th season now. So I followed the Mighty Whites up and down the country. Avid memorabilia collector as well of all things, Leeds United and other things as well. Also do my own framing, which obviously brought me to...
No adverts.
No, well, it's not an advert. I'm not introducing the company, don't worry. I'm just telling you about it. It's what you've asked here.
White Rose Collective, mate.
Oh, see, there you go. Rob Endeacott's done that for me. But yeah, just and that's what's obviously brought me to you two boys and what's brought me on this morning.
Okay, I just recognise 2 season ticket holders. I've got a season ticket. I'm disadvantaged, therefore I'm privileged, so I control everything. All right, so we're going to have a chat primarily about this, what's the word, Rob, debacle?
Yeah,
debacle yesterday.
Shiteness.
Do you want to say a bit?
I don't think I need to do it, really. Just abject performance, never in it. Disgrace, really. Not going to blame individuals because one wasn't even there, even though he was on the team sheet. American
Who was
lad.
that?
So I don't know, mate. Abject performance, really, really disappointing. I said that I went in quite hopeful, but I think deep down I feared the worst, and I think, we got the worst, didn't we? I thought we were just really poor. I mean, there are very, very few bright spots, but no, we were outplayed, outthought, outbattled by an average team, really, and that's not really being disrespectful to Brighton. They were not in good form, and that carried on, but we just made them look good. We were just pathetic.
We did. I'm not sure they're that bad, actually, Rob. I think they're a decent side, but Dips, I don't know. You went to the game the other week, but do you go to away games as well? Rob stays home. You'll see firsthand. Did you go?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, no, go to them all.
You feeling all right?
I'm tired. It's a long day, innit? But no, I mean, I don't know what I really thought to expect. I thought after last week, winning and getting the result, great stuff. We made a very poor West Ham side look very poor last week. And I thought we played well, don't get me wrong. Then we sat back and Farke went maybe a little bit too defensive and it could have cost us. I know they got the first goal and they didn't get the equaliser. It was too late on, but I think we could have controlled that game better. Going into this game, probably thinking a bit more of a better team in Brighton. Like Rob says, maybe not the best team, in terms of form at the minute, but I thought we could have given them a bit of a better go. But no, we're just awful from minute 1 all the way through to 90, and I just thought I was bored. Just 1 to 11, really poor. Opened up 3 times. What felt like 3 tap-ins, really.
Yeah.
Just didn't have anything defensively. When we had the ball, we lacked ideas, sideways passing. I think Okafor was probably the best player on the pitch, just trying to do something. But we've got a massive presence in the box in DCL who can get up 3-4 foot in the air, and we're not providing any service to him. Aronson can't get a ball in. Okafor tried a few times. Bogle tried a couple of times. It just wasn't enough. So then we try passing around them on a low block and it doesn't work.
No chance.
Yeah,
I think it was also... Go on, Rob. Go on.
No, sorry, mate. Yeah, when we sat deep straight away, didn't we? And I was thinking, I mean, you've got Aronson and you've got Tanaka, who are not the sort of most combative midfielders. So sitting deep, that's nullifying them straight away. Brighton like to play a decent game of football, they like to pass it around on the deck. And they just sliced us open, and it could have been a lot more. I mean, but like you said, Dips, it was quite embarrassing at times. And they went through us easily enough, but it looked like they hardly even lifted a gear. And we were just struggling. No service again. So for all this slagging off that the front players get, they're not getting the service. We had 2 non-entities in midfield, and that was just pathetic. I thought Godmanson, he's decent left back, attacking left back, but if you're not going to get the nailed-on accurate crosses in, then we're absolutely screwed. It was just embarrassing, and then people like to say, "Oh, look at all Leeds fans leaving early. Woo, that's criminal," sort of thing. What a load of shite, And I mean, no one mentioned the fact that there were plenty of Brighton fans left early as well. Anyway, whatever.
But
just annoyed
if
me.
it can, the thing I was really disappointed about, we didn't even look decent defensively. I think in some cases we were trying to chase the game, whatever that means in that type of game. Just have a look at the goals there. So one through inside Goodmanson, he couldn't get well better, spare in the area. Then chasing on later, the two other goals, spare men in the area both times. And it pains me to say we should have been able to sort out Ruti. You would have thought, knowing him as we do. He had a decent game, I thought, but only because we allowed him to. Any views about Ruta, Rob?
Well, that goal that he basically created, that was just a bit Keystone Cops defending, wasn't it, by Bogle? I mean, I wouldn't say it's a freak goal, but you're not going to see many of them again. So I don't think.
Well,
I don't think.
We hope not.
I don't think. I think overall, just they were better than us all around the pitch. I don't think Rutte had a great game personally. I don't think Welbeck had a great game personally, but nevertheless, they both were significant contributors to a 3-0 whitewash. It was crap. We were crap. I don't like slagging Farke off, for instance, but I'm surprised no one's commented. But you might not have seen it, Dips. But on camera, when the final whistle went, Farke goes across to their manager, and Farke's almost laughing. And I'm thinking that ain't a good look, And I've got a lot of time for him. I've got a lot of time for Farke, but I'm surprised no one's picked on that. And maybe if I'm the first, I'm really apologise for that. But there you go. But his job's got to be in jeopardy now because that's too pathetic.
Because you said before the West Ham game, you thought it was the last chance saloon, and West Ham seemed to recover it. Do you think his job is on the line, Rob?
I've no inside knowledge at all, but we know how these owners seem to be operating a little bit stealth-wise. So it wouldn't surprise me, honestly. It would not surprise me if he's on his way soon. I mean, next match we've got to show improvements. Look, I think if you've asked anybody recently, do we expect to get anything down at Brighton? And I think most would have said no. We'd have been delighted with a point. So on the page, that result doesn't look particularly alarming, does it? But the performance was diabolical. Again, that's 2 in a row away. And that's, I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm, some sort of martyr for the Leeds fans, but Brighton away on a horrible day, even though it was sunny before kick-off. I mean, that's disgusting. I mean, that's absolutely disgusting quality of product that you're trying to serve up to our loyal Leeds fans, and it's just wrong. I mean, West Ham. I know we've known all along we have to rely on our home form, but that doesn't give an excuse to give it such a pathetic performance away from home. 2 in a row. I mean, Burnley were embarrassing, but yesterday were just shameful.
Sorry. I think we just accepted it. Felt like to me. But Dips, do you want to say a little bit, or I don't know if you've got about Daniel. We've not really talked before at all, really, about Leeds. But do you want to give us a view about where we are, Daniel Farke? And then we'll talk a bit about what comes next, which is Forest away next week. But Dips,
I think we are in trouble. I think, let's say we talk about Forest away next. It's going to be a tough game. We need points. Everyone talks about that magic number, 38, 40 points. So, we'd like to be halfway in the season, halfway statistically. I know people sometimes hate statistics, but what are we, 11 points now, trying to get 9 points from our next run of games up to Christmas with the fixture changes that we may have seen and stuff. I don't know where they come from. I think Daniel's becoming a bit more of a one-trick pony. There's no plan B. I think taking and attacking what maybe wasn't a threat, but is most likely our best, for what I would word as best, is attacking outlet in DCL and then bringing him off and bringing Emeka on. And we don't have anything there. Yeah. Not taking Aronson off or not playing him, I'm not keen. Totally. Dan James looks like a lost boy on the pitch at times because I just don't think he's got that form at the minute. I think taking Longstaff off was poor as well because for me it would have been, albeit Ampadu's captain. Do we look to replace him in those games? But then who do you I don't honestly. I'm lost for words. If I'm honest with you.
Yeah, we weren't. I mean, we weren't even chasing the game, were we? The game was over, so the substitutions were mysterious, really. I mean, Ampadu didn't have a good game. I mean, he'd be the first to admit it, I hope. But nobody had a good game. But some had a lot worse than others. I mean, Aronson did. I don't remember him contributing anything at all, honestly.
No.
And I don't think Tanaka were much better either. But Tanaka's, he's a better player overall. But first one back, I suppose, as well. But we know we've got problems, but it doesn't mean you have to bloody double down on them like we seem to be doing in away form now. We just, we've got problems, so we're going to make it worse now just by not playing.
This is all very depressing, isn't it?
It is.
I know it is. Any glimmers? So we're playing. Is it Sean Dyche now there? Any chance at Forest?
I don't think so, no, mate. Unless
I agree.
Unless referee gives another corner that isn't a corner, which seems to be happening to Forest quite a lot, really, and then they concede goals.
Well, it's happened to us actually. I saw at the end, ball went out, and there was a couple of other things.
Yeah,
it was there, man. He still, but I couldn't even get angry.
One crucial though, what it? Forest have been badly ripped off 2 games in a row. Shouldn't laugh really.
They're an opposing side, Rob. They should be ripped off.
Yeah, fair point. Remember the miners' strike. You want to live then, what you do?
That's why I think you're bringing up like 80s history, mate, or maybe 70s history, or whatever, and you're just showing.
Vince Starkey were like that when you said we both get those haircuts on there. I lived through the miners' strike. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. No, I did. Yep. Anyway, so should we talk about something else then? So. I think, let's say this, we're formally welcoming Dips onto the WILKO92 team. We're going to have a chat after exactly what that means. And he doesn't know he's going to get all bite for us, isn't he, Rob? You then go in the bar.
I don't know. What language are you speaking at the moment?
So, Dips will be joining us at the WILKO92 event at Elland Road on the 5th of December. And we'll be saying a bit more about that. But let's talk a bit about that. So, I'm worn out.
Are we talking a bit about it or a bit more? Are we talking a bit about it or a bit more about it? Make your mind up.
Oh, fuck off. I'm tired. Just get on with it.
Tired of me.
Oh, did you go to Brighton, did you, Dave? Did you tired from that? Are you watching?
I'm not allowed to.
Your own home?
I can't go. I saved it at home. I went to the kitchen to put the kettle on and they fucking scored the first goal. So you give up after that. Yeah.
In fairness, Dips, while Dave isn't a regular match attendee, which is not his fault, I can tell you now he's full-time helping out with WILKO92 stuff. And I mean that, seriously. You wouldn't believe the amount of work he's putting in. Unpaid work.
Unpaid work, completely unpaid. But it was yesterday, Rob, so we were trying to get the book to the printers yesterday, so I'm still going to do the final proofread later. I'll send you one to look through when it's looking really, really good. But we've got that through.
In there as well.
But social media this week, I'm completely knackered doing all this stuff. And then Jim says to me yesterday, we'll have to really push it now. I go, Dips, I know you were at the launch, etc., at the Peacock way back in June.
Yes.
I remember that's when we first met. Oh, of course. Rob, you are with us.
I am again, yeah.
Dips, anything you want to say about Wilko as a distant observer so far?
In terms of anything about it, I mean, to be honest with you, I was almost, too young to appreciate it.
I thought, what, the 16th of June? You were too young. Go on.
I thought you meant
No. I am. Go on.
Do you know what I mean? See how he's throwing me under a bus here, Rob?
Yeah,
almost just too young to think it. I mean, what we in sort of like 80s wasn't even born. That's showing me age. And obviously, you look at the highlights and you look at the players that have come through, your Batties, your Dorigos, your Dinos, and, Speed and everybody, and I'm obviously missing out a lot of people here, but, the things you see is it was probably our best team, if, one of our better teams. And obviously going back to the day itself, just a really nice guy, innit? Just really, really humble. And just, everything like, we had the 3 guests there, Macca, talking about him with Dorigo, and just everything, just a really nice guy, really humble, didn't really, just knew what he had to do and did his job, and he was just happy doing that, and that was it.
And I'll tell you what, I was with him this week, so I had to go up and get a load of stuff signed. And we were talking to him, or I was talking to him about who he wants to invite to the Christmas do. And he goes, no one will want to come. No one will want to come. It's years ago. And I said, look, Howard, don't keep saying that. Don't keep saying that. So we've got to persuade him to get his friends and colleagues there. But he's well up for this. I'm really surprised that it has, said before, it has given him a new lease of life. Wish it give me a new lease of life. I feel like I need about 12 hours sleep. Rob, I'll leave the last word to you. Anything you want to say about Wilko and where we are and all that stuff and what goes on next month?
Really looking forward to lunch. I think the overall vehicle for the fundraising for Wilko statue is going really, really well, but we need to keep at it, don't we? Just keep fighting because there's a long way to go yet, obviously.
Keep fighting.
Yeah, but it's that lunch is going to be fantastic, yeah, and there's plenty of star names arriving. We've not even issued all the invites out yet, but I know the tables and the seats are selling well. Let's keep it going because we need to. But yeah, hope to see a load of people there as well, obviously, that are watching this now, including yourself, Dips, obviously. Yeah, so yeah, it's going great. I'm proud to be involved and just looking forward to achieving our target, even though the statue is, 2027? Next year is going to be a big year, but this is a great start.
Rob, do you want to do the bit and then close off and say goodnight then? I will cut it out.
Well, no, I think I said it all. Then I just said 2027 and you said 28. So we'll be all right, won't we?
Well, we have talked about 28, but...
Yeah, well, no one's told me, mate, but there's a surprise.
The assembled multitude, eh?
No one's told me this, so there's a surprise.
The assembled multitude?
Fucking hell, Dips, what's going on?
I've no idea. It's like watching two Ronnies here. It's embarrassing.
I told Rob, he knows the two Ronnies. Should do it. Yeah.
I've no idea what's going on. I just feel like I'm lost in time.
Yeah, you want to be like Rob's wallpaper. All right, I'll say it good luck. That shit.
No, it's not my wallpaper.
Rob. Just get it on there. Eh?
Yeah, that's not embarrassing
Good night,
at all.
everybody. She bought me this. It was a birthday present.
I've got something else. I've got something else to say. Actually. It's pissed me off actually about the Brighton thing. The home fans were in. It sounded like in strong voice with the Jimmy Savile shite chanting. Now, when is this going to be made an illegal chant or whatever you want to call it, where people, if they start singing about a child rapist, paedophile, scumbag like him, when are people going to start clamping down on this and saying, that's not acceptable, chanting about it, mocking it, trying to goad opposing football fans like that? It's not on at all. Brighton are apparently quite a protected species of fan, because obviously they've had a load of rubbish aimed at them for years. And now, their home fans were singing loud and proud, enjoying themselves about Jimmy Savile. When's it going to stop there? When are the authorities going to start clamping down on that instead of focusing on lesser crimes, for want of a better expression? Enough's enough. It's disgusting.
Does it come down to then, Rob? Does it come down to tragedy chanting in some respects, and it goes in part of that type of legislation, if you like?
Yeah.
Similar to everything we've had with, Munich, etc., and even that Galatasaray stuff as well. Does that even include it? Sadly, last season we saw a lot of the Millwall fans when we beat them down at their place, and Leeds fans took joy in taking the absolute piss out of them, which fair enough, because they're a bunch of monkeys anyway, aren't they? But the whole, this in the chest and stuff, and this across the throat, there's videos of it on social media of it from their fans. That was literally last year down at their place. When does that come into it? And I'm not saying that Leeds fans are almost feeling sort of victim here, because we've experienced quite a horrific tragedy in what happened in Turkey. But it's all part of it, though, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And so we can't be goaded for it, because the only thing we can do is either A, get angry and get pissed off that opposing fans are doing those sorts of actions, shall we say, regarding Turkey, and then we just join in with it. well, I say we, but there's a plethora of fans who just join in with the Jimmy Savile stuff, and I just think it's embarrassing.
Well, it is, but it's also...
We don't help ourselves.
Yeah. I totally agree, mate, totally agree. I mean, and you are right, and it's a difficult subject, isn't it? And it's a difficult thing to classify it as a tragedy chant, etc. Nevertheless, it's wrong, and, the authorities are trying to clamp down, allegedly, on wrongdoings such as that. But they seem to turn a blind eye, or a blind ear, deaf ear, God, turn a deaf ear to a glorified... I mean, everyone's after Prince Andrew. I was like, not a prince anymore. Anyway, him, and, but everyone seems to be happy to accept chanting about Jimmy Savile, one of the most notorious scumbags, in modern British history. It's just bang out of order, man. And they need to do something instead of just pussyfooting around. They seem to focus on punishing or penalising the wrong aspects of our game. And it is our game, and just allow stuff like that. I mean, this is again, Brighton versus Leeds was a global audience, and that song, the Savile's chants were loud and proud from where I was anyway. I don't know. I'm just a rant, but
left on a knife edge. It's like it's a great duff moment, like an EastEnders moment,
No, I think it's a duffer moment. Anyway, we'll say good night there. Hopefully, we'll come back and we can have a chat with him. But we'll say good night there. Thanks for watching. Crap day, deadly dismal day. Hopefully next week's better. Could be any worse. Thank you very much.